What's going on? Are we living in freaking crazy town?
Mm-hmm.
The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Hello, all you smart and sexy people. It's good to see you here. And hi to my wonderful co-host and producer, Ray.
Hello.
Big Ray.
That's
Not
me.
so big anymore.
Oh,
So
pretty big.
no, we're happy to see you. So hi, Braithwaite, Big Wig. Winona, I see you guys coming in. So thank you for being with us today. I'm sorry I was a few minutes late.
It's all good. It is what it is. Who was it I put here? Bigwig 28 started the show off by saying, "Waiting on a woman, story of my life."
As I'm sitting here and Ray goes poop.
I did go poop.
Hi,
the show,
Allie.
So, what are you watching me?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. It'll be weird.
Yes. And Alex, AB Twitch, hello. So it's cool seeing you guys here. I appreciate you.
Slowly but surely.
So today we have a cornucopia of things to talk about.
Yeah, I like that word.
Cornucopia. I'll steal it. You know, it's a 25-cent word you don't really get to use. So, all right. So we're going to talk about how, obviously what's going on in the world today, because there's just some weird shit going on. So we'll cover Trump. We'll cover wrestling with Vince McMahon. We're going to cover something weird that I learned that I think you guys will laugh at. We'll talk
I'm already
about
laughing.
I know. We'll talk about the tax credit and what's going on with that. Some money things that maybe we should know about. Also want to talk about how to eat well and healthy on a budget. And because a lot of people don't know, they think that organic healthy food is going to break the bank. So let's discuss that. We're going to talk about how a male bodybuilder competed in a female powerlifting contest. and I just want to say I have the best shirt ever today.
Oh,
Thank you,
nice.
Chuck.
That's a wonderful shirt.
Thank you, Truck.
Just stay there the whole time.
And I have the Cocaine Bear snow globe to go with it.
Let me pull that up. Let me see.
Get higher, baby. Get higher, baby. I can't stop singing that song.
It's never gonna stop.
Dun, 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 dun.
Love that. Yo, so real quick, before we even start everything, how the hell did you end up getting your Twitter account back?
I don't know. It just happened. I've been trying to, and thank you. Hi, War Demon. Hi, everybody coming in. I don't know. It just happened. Like I'm afraid to touch it on my phone. I'm afraid to jinx it. Because I've been trying to get it back. It's been almost a year, like a literal year. So,
all right, I'll tell you what it is.
It said to do a rescue code, and I've been doing that forever. All of a sudden, I just didn't give up. Like, I'm annoying. I don't give up. Like redheads are just like, we sink our teeth in. So I just tried again. And all of a sudden it was like, boop, you've been restored. I'm like, what? It's like the genie came out of the bottle.
April, you haven't put two and two together yet. Colin leaves you. Your Twitter comes back. I mean, it's like, it makes all the sense in the world.
It's a fucking Christmas miracle.
We have our own now this actually is good. Because and guys, if you haven't followed this, head over to Instagram, and it's a show official. Check out what we're doing there.
Yes.
So now it's
thank you for keeping that up, because you're doing the fun things with it.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. There's more stuff I'm gonna be doing on that, but it's April Hunter now, just plain old April Hunter, right?
Well, my original one's April Hunter, and it was verified. I got weird hair. I had a photo shoot yesterday, so I'm trying to recycle my hair.
Me too.
You too? Yeah, right? It's always challenging the next day.
You can't see the hair. It's anyway. I actually have no hair on my chest or ass. Not that anybody cares.
Bald as a baby's bottom.
I'm pretty smooth.
Bald is beautiful.
It's not bad. My legs aren't that hairy. I mean, they're hairy, but like a man, but not that hairy. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? So yeah.
So my Twitter is April Hunter, and my backup account, which I've been using, and I still have it on my phone, I'm still posting there, is real April Hunter, and I'm going
Right.
to keep them both
Why not?
because
Yeah.
and I'm also switching a lot of my stuff. I revamped and have everything back on aprilhunter.net. So all my career from wrestling, pinup, fetish, cosplay, all the behind the scenes, everything, fitness, it's all on aprilhunter.net. We're updating all the time because it looked like everything was heading towards, all this stuff like Patreon and OnlyFans and Snapchats and all that other stuff. But now with the censorship, it has gotten really difficult. So whatever, there's a lot of challenges with that. They're pulling content. They want model releases with everything. They're a pain in the ass. Your posts will disappear. And I'm not talking Snapchat posts. I mean, they will just pull things. So I'm just going back to my own site, aprilhunter.net. And, that way I have control and I can put whatever I want up there. So
It
there
is
you
kind of
go.
crazy though. I'm not trying to bury Colin, but you work all this time with Colin, and then all of a sudden, Big Ray comes into your life, and things just kind of fall into place. I have that. effect
Yeah,
on
you're
people.
my muse. You're my good luck.
I guess so. But
Oh,
yeah, man.
it's Passover this evening. We're probably
What?
going to lose a few people, but happy Passover. And it's not just Jewish people who celebrate.
Oh,
Kabbalists, Jehovah's Witness.
are you serious?
Yeah, there's a lot of people observe Passover.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just the Jewish religion. I swear, I didn't.
Nope.
I had no idea.
Nope. So it's a delicious celebration. So
How do
tomorrow.
How do they celebrate it differently? Do they celebrate it differently? Or
It's like certain foods you eat. It's you're trying to avoid certain like gluten in certain foods. I'm not entirely sure.
well, the reason I'm asking is because all right, so the Passover that I know, the reason why the Jewish people celebrate is because when Pharaoh had the Jews as they were the slaves of the Egyptians, and God said, "Listen, man, put some sheep's blood, lamb's blood over your door, and then I'm gonna send death to kill everybody. But if you have that lamb's blood over your door, you're not gonna get killed. I will
You're
pass
marked.
over you." Right. So that's what they celebrate. So I'm wondering what Jehovah's Witness, like, what the differences are, if there are any. I'm just curious.
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, but in the meanwhile, while you're finding that out, my wife, she has a sore thumb, a very sore thumb. You know why? Because this woman has found the world of gaming.
Congratulations.
It's my fucking fault. We beat the Ninja Turtles game together on Xbox, and then she's like, "What other games are there on Xbox?" So as I'm doing this, I'm telling the story while you're looking stuff up.
I have it, by the way.
All right, I'll tell the story later. So what you got?
Okay, it's just brief. It says Jehovah's celebrate because Jesus began the Lord's evening meal on Passover, and Passover was observed on a yearly basis. So there's more to it, but that's basically why it's observed. So
all right, I got to put this over. Yes, Shredder's Revenge. Me and Jen played for almost 4 hours straight, and we beat that game together. But so check this out. So my wife, she downloads this game called The Evil Within. So this is an older, I think it's a PS4 title or whatever, an Xbox One title, and that's it. She's into survival horror genre games. She downloaded Evil Within 2. She almost beat this one. And now she's going down this whole fucking rabbit hole. But her thing is she gets anxiety and she's grabbing the controller and she's like, and she's screaming. So I'm in the living room watching the Yankee game. And she's like, oh God. And I run over. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Speaking of running over, I got to tell you something about that too.
Okay.
And she's fucking playing the game, like all into it. I got my boot off, by the way, finally.
I thought it was not for 2 weeks.
So I went to the doctor yesterday, and he did all these little things. He says, press on this and let me feel this, and there's still a little soreness. But he says I can take it off and just do the exercises, and if I feel like I need to wear it, I can wear it. But finally it's off.
It's like a mask now. A mask in Florida.
I got it back over there. It's behind the car. See the car that's parked over there? It's in there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's down there. So I'm in crazy town,
the
by the way.
khakis. The Cas packed.
The Cas packed. So what you got for us, kiddo?
No, I see it. We have a lot of gamers in our chat. We got Call of Duty fans. Shredder's Revenge, big fan there.
So
the Cowabunga collection.
Yep, got that.
So Champagne Kenny, hello, says there's a small company survival horror game called Attack of the Cheerleading Zombies. That sounds
What?
fun.
Where is that?
I don't know.
What platform? Message us here in the chat.
Yeah.
What platform is that? Because I want to download that.
Winona plays Fortnite. Hi, Eva. Welcome. Yeah, so we and Bigwig says watch the Prince of Egypt. It's really cool.
Prince of Egypt. What is that?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
I don't know, but that sounds like a movie. But so I want to tell you guys a few things that I found out last week that are random facts that might come in handy if you ever end up on Jeopardy. Probably not. So here's the first one. Pierce Brosnan has been with the same woman for I don't know how long. She is not an actress and she ages normally. Apparently, this is shocking. Just shocking. So, 007 has a normal wife and he's still with her. And apparently, I guess people think he should, trade for a younger version.
Why would he do that?
I know. He probably appreciates the fact that she's not crazy. So there's that. I also learned that if you're familiar with divination systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're called divination systems. So there's things like runes.
It's Pierce Brosnan and his wife.
Yes, fine. I think she's super cute.
Actually, I did this wrong. Let me get a good picture of her while you're talking.
Okay. Yeah, Chuck says his first wife died. This is his second wife. So he stays. That's an admirable trait, the loyalty. I like it.
I guess this is them now, right? Let me just take a.
That's her, yeah.
Oh, she's a pretty woman.
I know.
She's cute.
I know.
That's them younger. God damn, they're too good looking. That guy he still is, but he was a good looking son of a bitch.
I know. So Champagne Kenny, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Look how.
So speaking of interesting things there. So divination systems, this is where if you believe in energy or whatever, it's like tarot cards and runes, throwing the bones. So these divination systems go way back. So back in the day, they would start with like entrails. So people would read entrails, which are guts, in case you don't know what that is.
Ew.
So my friend and I found out there is one called vulvamancy.
Excuse me?
Vulvamancy.
Like, not the car. You're talking about the vulva.
Nope. Vulvamancy.
Nice.
It is the art of reading the vulva.
Okay, I'm going to go do that now. You finish this podcast by yourself.
Yeah, so you read the...
How does that work?
I don't know. There's got to be people out there still doing it. I want my vulva read.
That's fucking hot. So wait, so what do you do? Like, tell me. You got to tell me what you do because now I want to find out. I don't
know. It's like, I guess they read the lips. Literally read my lips. Like you can tell someone's fortune. Like your palm reader. Now you have a lip reader.
Oh, stop it, dude! I'll be walking around and be like, hey, like Dick Mancy, like.
Like a light period.
I didn't mean to hit that. There's
got to be a Dick Mancy version or Cockmancy or something. Phallomancy. There has to be if there's one. But here's the thing, right? Now that I know the word vulvamancy, for the rest of my natural born motherfucking life, I am going to interject that word into every conversation I can have where it will fit.
Vulvamancy.
Yeah.
So they read I guess you read the lines on the Schnabitz?
I don't know.
What the fuck? How do I go? All right. So how do I go about telling my wife about this? Like I
thought you were gonna say, how do you go about becoming an expert at it? I thought you were gonna say.
Can you do it with your? I mean, I'm not trying to be fresh. Well, maybe I'm trying to be fresh, but can you do it with your tongue? Does it have to be a hand? Like, is it just by the eye? Like, do they hold it open? Like,
I don't know. This is an ancient thing. Like I said, like. So yeah. Anyway,
you can tell a lot by a woman's vagina.
I guess so.
Jesus Christ.
They're like snowflakes. No two vaginas are the same.
I don't think I've ever seen two vaginas that are the same.
Oh, that's just so weird.
Why? I mean, I'm thinking about that. Like, it's true though. I'm thinking about all these vaginas I've seen in my life. I've seen a bit.
Chuck's like me. Chuck says maybe it's like Braille. Haha.
Is it? I'm blind.
Okay. So what are some other things I found out? Oh, that we found out this week. Here's some other interesting things. eBay, the company,
Mm-hmm.
was stalking a couple because the woman was a journalist, and the woman wrote about various things regarding business. And one of the things she wrote about was the CEO and the COO. She listed their incomes, which was ridiculous. I mean, it was like, "Ooh,
Why would
hi."
she do that?
They literally put a hit on her.
That's not cool, dude.
No, they tried to go. First they went after them, then they wanted to kill them because they were upset. So they had unlimited resources to go after them. And if you look this up, and they never got in trouble for it. They got everything traced back to them.
Dude, that's
Not only
insane.
did they not get in trouble, the CEO and COO of eBay, they got a severance package of like millions of dollars to leave the company because they had to leave. So if you're bored and you want to hear a story that really needs to be made into a TV show or a Netflix special or a documentary or something, look up the eBay stalking of the couple, and it's going to be like, wow, like I can't believe. And it made me think, because if eBay is doing that to people, what other big Fortune 500 companies are doing it to people? Like, is Google doing it? Is Amazon doing it? You know, it's like, and they it sounded crazy when the story first I started watching it. It sounded like, oh, they're just, you know, but then as it went on with the story going on and on and on with more and more, it's like, oh, that's wow. So there's like a 60 minutes episode about it that you can look up.
Dude, I really got to check that out. That's so
Mhm.
fucking weird.
Yeah, it's you put that on and you can watch it in the background or listen to it. It's highly entertaining.
What and War Demon, I'm gonna answer your question because I don't know if I answered it, and I'm sorry. People, it's funny because you're not the only War Demon asked this question to me, but also I had 3 other people ask me this week
Oh,
about
Shamir.
what is that? It's beautiful. What is that?
One of my peeps here that's here, Jameer, hi, sent me this for my birthday, which I love. I wear it all the time.
First, when was your birthday again?
It was in September.
So my birthday was in March.
Mhm.
March 15th, the Eyes of March.
I remember you were sick.
Right. I got nothing.
Nobody sent you a red bracelet?
No.
Sorry.
Anyway.
You know why?
Why?
Because you don't have this.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You need to.
Boobies.
Yeah.
Well, I do, but mine's not as nice as yours.
Boobies.
Don't do it again, April.
Boobies.
God damn it. So what the hell was I talking about? I lost you freaking look, you
60
flashed those things.
60 minutes. 60 minutes we were talking about.
What were we talking about 60
It's
minutes?
we were talking about the stalking and the eBay and corporations fucking with people.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, what company, like, why would a big major conglomerate just go after a single person? Like, how weird is that? Has it ever happened to anybody that you know?
Not that I know of, but it doesn't mean it's not happening. I mean, if it, you know.
So, I remember War Demon. Just to answer your question,
Yes.
Florida. So, specifically, I'm gonna explain to you guys what's happening.
Yes, he's going to ask you that every week until.
It's all good,
Yeah.
but let me tell you something, guys.
Oh, wait,
So-
for the people listening, War Demon has asked, thank you, every
Every
week when Ray will be moving to Florida.
But I haven't explained why. So my wife
Mhm.
took a new position for a large chain hotel. She's like a big boss.
Mhm.
And in order for her to transfer with taking her salary from New York to the state of Florida, which would be we could live on her salary alone, basically,
Mhm.
if we moved to Florida with her salary.
I was going to say, not in New York.
No, not in New York. Like we both have to work and we both have to save here. It's insane. But so in order for her to do that, she would have to work there, if I'm correct, until at least the January of 2024. So we're making plans to try to get situated by September of this year, and
Mhm.
then try to get a place by December, and then hopefully move there by January, the latest February. We are not going to be in New York another full calendar year.
Or another full winter.
No, this is it. Like this is going to be
All right,
our
he
last
stated
one.
it for the record, everybody. And hi,
That's it.
Colin. Hi,
Oh,
Colin. Hi,
God.
Colin.
Why is
What's
he
up?
here? Where is he?
I know. Cool, awesome dude. Yeah, I want to hear a secret. Tell me.
Tell us a secret. So should we wait for the secret, or
You can tell. Let's go ahead and say it.
you can tell us? a secret.
So if you bought an electric car, this is something people should know. If you buy an electric car, you get a $7,500 tax credit.
Nice. Let's go.
But with
What?
this new thing that Biden pushed through, that's gone. So you
What?
might get half. So there was a stipulation in there where every bit of the battery, and all of it has to be made in America. So because none of that is
Good
made
luck
in
with
America,
that.
all the mines, I mean, they're trying to mine, but because of the mines being elsewhere, you now cannot qualify for the $7,500 once that went into effect. So people should know that if they're making the switch to electric and they think they're going to get that tax credit. So you might qualify for a partial, you might not get any. So you need to know, you should know that. And the mines, it's alarming with what's going on with the mines. It's literally like slave labor. So to get these electric batteries, and they're very, very expensive to replace.
Damn.
So if you lose your battery now, what is it, $100 to replace?
A battery? No, you can get a good one for like $70.
Yeah. So if you lose your electric battery, you're looking at a couple grand. So
wait, what you're telling me is wait, no, April, hold on. I'm gonna have to call your bluff on this one. Are you saying that the president of the United States of America has basically bullshitted us or bullshat us? They had to know this ahead of time.
Well, he did say it was a pandemic of the vaccinated, or unvaccinated, when it turned out to be a pandemic of the vaccinated.
Fucking
He also said that everybody that got vaccinated wouldn't get it. So I would say bullshit might be a possibility.
That's not fair.
Perhaps.
By the way,
Allegedly.
you were telling me off air you're a little. I'm a little tired too.
I'm
a little tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Got kind of low energy vibe going on. Maybe we just chill, relax as we speak to our peoples.
No, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Okay.
What was the secret? Did we get the secret? My secret is it's right.
Go ahead and read it. I keep my collection of female
wrestlers and manager pec flexing in my MAGA account.
Is that like a MAGA account?
MAGA account, right. My secret. What MAGA account?
I love when people do like little screen captures of this show, or screen captures of wrestling, or screen captures of like pec flexing, and I find them, or they make little avatars and send them to me. So when you guys do that, send that stuff to me. I love that.
Why don't you tweet it to us at _the_A_show so we can see them online?
Yeah, awesome. I love it. Colin goes, so I should be investing in American lithium companies. Yes. And it's not just lithium. It's, I want to say cobalt.
You were talking, you were telling me about something about the American dollar and how physical dollars we should try to get rid of them or something like that. I was confused.
Okay. So here's what's going on. I don't know enough to comment correctly on
have to. We can figure shit out as we go. What are you doing?
Somebody threw Corcos. So thank you, Chuck.
Oh shit, John Cena goes crazy when you do this.
Boobies.
Yep. You get some titties for biddies. So throw your biddies, you get some more titties. Okay, so what's going on is here's what I know in a nutshell. So the American dollar has been previously backed by gold, literally called the gold standard.
Mm-hmm.
So hi, what's up? You're
not that late. You started late.
Hi, Jamie. Good. So American dollar has been backed by gold.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 70s, they took gold off the dollars, and then it became backed by the Middle East by petrodollar.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened last week? Now you got to remember, if the money is not backed by something, it's just a fucking piece of paper. So
yeah, coming line.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. I'm so sorry. Somebody was calling me on Facebook.
Oh, okay. So a lot of times what people think is inflation is actually deflation. So if you keep printing more and more money, that dollar that was worth a dollar is, the more money you print, the more it's like worth 50 cents, then it's worth 25 cents, then it's worth 5 cents. Mm-hmm. So what we're dealing with now is not necessarily inflation so much as deflation with inflation.
Right.
So what happened last week is that Saudi Arabia decided to remove their backing, their petrodollar, from our dollar.
Right. Is it rubles?
And go with China and Russia, who we always knew were working together.
Right.
So when I went to Cuba, I communists help communists. It's just the way it is. So when I went to Cuba and I was down there, I would see the Russian lotto car, and you could see China aid everywhere. So everywhere in Cuba was a Russian and a and a Chinese presence.
Mhm.
And I realized then that there was a lot more going on together. They're working together. They're working to aid other communist countries. So I always assumed they were working together, even though there's this, world theater making it look like they aren't or whatever. So anyway, many countries have decided to go with the Russian, China, Saudi backing, and they're leaving the dollar just as a piece of
Yeah, good luck with that, though.
So allegedly by summertime, it's not going to be worth very much. So what do we do? Now,
Our dollar is not going to be worth much.
Yeah, it's probably going to crash.
You
And
think so?
well, here's what they're saying.
Mm.
If the dollar crashes,
Mm.
they will use that, ride it out, let it go. Well, think about what happened with COVID. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's just theorize that COVID was deliberate and that maybe the vaccine was already patented in 2017. So then they had to make the disease to go with it. So let's just say that it was released intentionally.
Mhm.
It was allowed to go to run rampant so that they could go ahead and implement a lot of other things during these COVID policies to see if we would go into lockdown, to see how quickly we would obey, to put in all the surveillance, to change all the laws, to strip away rights. Let's just play conspiracy theorist or truth seeker or whatever you want to call it and say that that's what COVID was used for. So let's take that same tact and put it with the money.
Okay.
So let's just say that mega companies and banks invested a lot of money in a digital bank currency system, a global digital currency. So for a global government. So what do they need to happen first? People aren't going to want to give up their own money, right? American money has been the value, the backing, the standard. Like English is the language for business. The dollar has value. So now they crash the dollar. They let it crash. They let us bottom out. And then people are going to deal with possibly some really rough times for a while. And they're going to let us do it, just like with the lockdowns, just like with everything that we went through like that. Just compare it to COVID. And then they're going to swoop in with their vaccine, which is their digital currency, and say, we got you. We'll protect you.
Mhm.
We will fix this. Here's a digital currency,
Mhm.
And people are going to be hungry, pissed off, needing to pay rent, needing to pay electric, and they're going to take it. But meanwhile, the problem with the digital currency is once you give up cash
Mhm.
and you get a digital currency, you are no longer in control. So I can right now I can go to Facebook Marketplace, right? I can
Right.
buy a painting from you for $100.
Right.
And nobody needs to know about it. This is me and you. I can buy 2 dozen
I see what you mean.
eggs from you, and
get it.
you don't have to pay taxes on it, and they're not tracking it. They don't know what I'm buying. But when you get a digital currency, every single thing that we purchase will be tracked. And right now, and for a while now, the sale of information has far surpassed the sale of oil as far as being the most profitable. So now they have all your information. They know every fucking thing that you're doing, and they're going to tax you on everything. So who's to say we wouldn't get to the point where, and again, so let's just also say that all these big companies that invested in the digital dollar have also invested in the digital ID. So now your health records are linked, your bank is linked, everything is linked. So now you go to the store or you go to a restaurant, right? Or you go to order takeout. Let's say you go to McDonald's or whatever. You go to order. We go to McDonald's. You're hungry. You go home, and you go to place your order. Your card's not working. Card's not working. Card's not working.
Right.
Well, your health records show that you have high blood pressure and diabetes.
Shut the front door.
So you are not allowed to make that fucking purchase because if we're in a socialized or slightly communist, because communists help communists, Remember?
No.
Now, if we go more socialized or more communist, which is where we're going to have to go if we're in bed with China, we have to go that way.
Oh, I'm
That's
April.
the only way we can stay in bed with them, and this government wants us to stay in bed with them.
I'm
So
sorry.
they will shut things off on us.
I'm sorry, but
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
let me just call New Jersey's Wildcat says,
Hi,
"Hi,
Owen.
April. It's Owen. How are you doing?"
I'm great now that I cleaned up my Roomba.
And yes, Red's 2024. She is serious. So that's fucking
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
serious.
So she's serious, dead serious. Like,
And I don't
so-
think it's a conspiracy theory.
No, it's not. Listen,
No,
she-
if you go back and watch all our shows, all our episodes, all the stuff that people are coming out with now, that's this major revelation or relevation, or however you want to say, that Joe Rogan's talking about, that Elon Musk is talking about. We were talking about that 1.5 2 years ago. So it's just the ability to see the patterns and see where things are going. I like to tell you guys here now, not to frighten you, but to prepare you, because knowledge is power. So this is not meant to freak you out or give you anxiety or any of that. So there is time to do whatever you need to do. So we're going to get the digital currency. It's going to happen. So, I mean, they're going to push it through. So knowing this and knowing that we have we have some time. And either way you slice it, if we don't get it, if we do get it, you're still benefiting right now by trying to pay down some debts, by trying to prepare yourself and get as out from under any kind of debt as possible. And, can't hurt to get a little extra toilet paper in or whatever, that type of thing.
So this kind of brings me back to something, I know you're not religious or anything like that, but the mark of the beast, 666.
Mm-hmm.
It says here, it says those who have the mark.
Which part of Revelations are we dealing with today, right?
This is, you can go Revelations chapter 13, 14, 15,
Right.
16, 20. But right
Mhm.
here, this is, I believe, Revelations. I'm not going to tell you what, but it says, those who have the mark can buy or sell, but those who do not have, it will be, they will be slain or afflicted with painful sores. So this,
That was probably the vaccine.
oh,
I don't know. But, Alex says if that's the case, it might be time to invest in moving to another country or invest in another country's currency, or
But
invest in the
but
digital currency.
here's a wow, Jersey Wildcat.
Thank you.
Boobies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boobies.
Thank you.
Oh, you're going to get the one she don't
Ooh.
like.
What?
She showed me a movie and I like them too.
Woo! And then Bigwig says, remember, April, it's for our own good. Thank you, Jersey Wildcat. Right. Everything's always packaged. You guys have to remember, everything's always packaged as for your own good, convenient, safe. Fuck that. We have the smartest people here. You guys can see through that. So what's going to happen? You got to remember, you've got the food, and we're going to talk about food soon too. You've got the food that is not quality. The food is going to contribute to making people sick. The pharma is going to profit from the sickness.
Right.
And the government is there to make sure all of that is legal. They're going to pass the laws to make sure all of this is legal. So anybody who actually thinks the government is there for them,
See, now hold on.
Yeah.
Now people are talking about, oh, let's move. See, my belief
where are you going
is
to move? It's global.
that's the thing. It's going to be a one world economy, a global
Yeah, it's
economy.
this is global.
The new world order. I mean, you're not going to be able to go anywhere unless this is where Elon Musk comes in, and there's a whole different thing on the moon or on Mars or on the new planet that eventually we'll be moving to.
Could be.
Well, Will there be two like
Maybe.
societies? Do you ever think
Maybe.
about that? How crazy would that be?
It could happen.
Earth 1 versus Earth 2. I'm not, and it sounds crazy, but it's a possibility.
You also have to remember that we don't have to vacate our planet. There are far more of us than there are of them. I wish people would understand this and just unite. You don't even have to like the other people to unite. Just fucking unite, because we just, if there's no power in any government, if there are no people. So if we just put our feet in, I mean, look at what we do with the mandates. The very people who were persecuted the hardest and fired and told they couldn't go to an event, told they couldn't eat at a restaurant. In some countries, they weren't even allowed in grocery stores. They were denied health care. They weren't allowed to travel. And the very people who were had everything taken from them are the ones who stopped the vaccine mandates for everybody else. And that was only 30% of this country. That's all it takes, is a small percentage of people sticking together and saying, you know what? Not today. I don't think so. Not feeling it. So, yeah, that's all we got to do. And since we're all connected, if you all tell a couple people, everybody tells a couple people, you ask them to tell a couple people, it spreads. It spreads. Stop fighting with people online. Start pushing, uniting, and we can do it. Let me tell you how I know.
How do you know?
I saw everybody unite over St. Patrick's Day. They all wore green. They were all smiling. Everybody got together over a drunk holiday.
Listen, even when shit. Listen, here's a crazy thing. I think our human nature. Okay, our human nature is this. What is this here? What is this gimmick here? I don't know what that means. But anywho,
is that a thing?
I think it might be. You know what? Screw it. We'll throw it out there. So, human nature is for us, like whenever shit hits the fan. If you ever notice this, we always do band together. We do. We really always. Jesus, God bless you.
Ooh, thank you.
Wildcat. Boobies. See, he gets.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Thank you. I gotta go up here now to do it.
God damn it.
I'm just gonna fill the screen with my boobies. There you go.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Boobies. Not a problem for me.
Thank you, Jersey Wildcat. And,
Jersey Wildcat.
Hi, Peter. Welcome.
So,
my artist returns. Hello.
My thought process, like I always use 9/11 because I was actually here, literally 2 blocks away. No, not 2, 10 blocks away, watching the planes go into the towers, watching the towers go down, and being there. You know, working with the Red Cross and seeing these people actually binding together and working together during the darkest of times. Usually that happens, earthquakes, natural disasters, that type of shit. We always kind of look out for each other. Alien invasions, right? I mean, remember when Will Smith, that guy, he flew the plane into the you know, that drunk guy flew the plane into the spaceship and blew it up. Anyway, that's our nature. So I do believe if this, when the time comes and these people try to really fucking dirty deeds done with sheep. What?
Just heard lyrics. Dirty deeds and they're done with sheep.
I don't do sheep. Not yet, anyway.
You're not Welsh?
No, only the good part. No, remember that from the movie? Anyway,
wow.
I really think that we fight back. April.
Chuck says, ex Kahuna says, people shouldn't be afraid of their governments. Their governments should be afraid of the people. V for vendetta. Yeah, remember the 5th of November.
Telling you, brother.
But yeah, so there's that. So if we could just stop with that's why they fear us, and they have a lot to gain with the fear and the stress and the anxiety. And that's, they own the media, so they keep putting the fear out there. And if you choose to not live in fear and you choose to not react, to respond, this is a conscious choice that you make, then you will live a better life. And if you choose not to fall for the bullshit you're being fed, which it is, then again, you'll see through it. It's almost like a Rosetta Stone. So they're manipulating us and people are falling for it. There's all these like ugly Hollywood situations with the Congress and everything. People get all hung up on the Nancy Pelosi's and the stuff that they're not even running the country.
No.
The people running the country aren't even elected. They're so high up. These are just puppets who are installed to do all this other stuff.
And those people answer to the aliens, the Greys.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Billy Ray Valentine knows what I'm talking about, brother.
So,
but that leads me into something else, because you had brought something interesting up, a topic that kind of it goes right into this, where you were saying that people outside of the United States and most countries, don't look at us as the good guy anymore. Like
Oh, God, no.
we're the heels. We're the bad guys.
They
We're the
consider
Iron
us. They
Sheik.
consider us war criminals and terrorists
Talk about
in
that.
some countries.
Talk about that.
You know how we talk about certain countries where we talk about like
Boobies.
Al Qaeda and that type of thing.
Mhm.
They talk about us the same exact way.
Really?
So yeah, every once in a while you can get clips of the news that's on in other countries. Now it depends on the country, obviously, but you know, I don't think a lot of Americans know about the war crimes and the deaths and the bombings and the things that we have done to other countries. And unfortunately, we're not aware, and maybe, you know, obviously they're not aware too, but we are looked at with the same disdain that we look at certain other countries, and we're looked at as terrorists and war criminals and
I like this right here.
evil.
We look
evil.
at ourselves as Superman, and the world looks at us as Batman. Maybe even the Joker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the media keeps all of that from us, and you have to. And if you were to actually bring it up, you know, it's like you know, if you bring it up, people aren't going to believe you. So it's a thing, though. It's a thing, and to understand what's going on, to understand this Cold War that we are psychologically ill-equipped to fight, because most Americans are not psychologically educated enough to understand what's going on, the full big picture of what's going on. That you need to know the bigger picture. You need to know what all is going on all around us. And everybody's being distracted. You're being distracted by all this Trump and weather balloons and all this bullshit right here, and fighting and abortion and non-abortion, blah, 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 blah. This doesn't fucking matter. You got to go out to here.
You got to see why there's so many distractions.
It's propaganda, and they're doing this to keep you here so that they can fuck around and do this stuff. So it's very, very important to know this and to not fight with infighting. That's how Rome fell. Rome, the most powerful fucking everything, the most powerful army, the most powerful entity. Rome owned everything. They fell from infighting and divide.
April, we're so distracted, and I've said this before on this show and other shows. We're so fucking distracted that there have been literally tons of high definition videos of actual flying fucking saucers and UFOs flying up and down and into the water and out through the sky into like little doorways into mountains. Nobody gives a fuck. We're talking about a goddamn balloon.
A lot of that's military too. Like military has
knows.
So military's got anti-gravity aircraft so that they can so
anyway.
So we'll switch over and switch some topics for a second. So
what do you want to talk about next?
I also wanted to leave with this. So Bill Gates is investing a lot in Florida and in Tampa and in other places too. So think about this for a second. This is why you need to know the bigger picture and not be distracted by the bullshit, because there's a lot of it. So if Bill Gates and all those other people truly believed in the green bullshit they're feeding us,
they don't.
Why would he invest in Florida if it's going to be underwater in a few years? Why would he put all that money in Florida, especially a Republican state that's not going to go along with the agenda? Simple answer: it's not going to be underwater. So these carbon things, all this crap is crap to push through more taxes. This is not made to piss you guys off. So I'm not trying to piss you guys off. That's the news. So what you should do when you come away from a podcast or news, real news, is you should feel empowered because you've got information. You should not feel emotional or reactive. So you should feel like, okay, I have information now. What do I do with it? So what do I plan? I've got, all of that. So you should feel more empowered. You go out and don't ever take my word for anything. Go out there and look things up yourself. I always maintain that I could be wrong. I'm usually not.
Yeah,
But I
do
could
your own
be.
research though.
But do your own research, look all these things up, and do your thing. I'm just bringing things to you. We're just bringing things to you that you might not get anywhere else that you should be aware of. So, there's
Well,
that.
I've always been a proponent of do your own research. It's
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It's fun to have open conversations like this and to listen to people, but don't take our word for it. I'm sure once you guys do your own research, or you just through trial and error, you'll find out that most of the shit that people are putting the most money into is bullshit.
Oh, yeah. And Eva's reminding me about the Google sensors. So Google censors a lot. So you're going to want to use Firefox when you do your research. You're going to want to use privacy extensions. I mean, DuckDuckGo is like compromised now, but if you can put a privacy extension on your browser and use something like Firefox, you'll find different results.
Yeah, Google's gonna give you the news. It might as well just fucking go to CNN.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Google's only Yahoo, Google.
Yeah.
What is this? Microsoft News.
Yeah.
MSN, all that shit. They're all gonna give you the news that they want you to hear because
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Because yeah, sponsored by Pfizer. Because here's a fucking story that I'll bring up real quick. That just recently, the QAnon shaman.
Oh,
Remember this guy, the guy with the
Yep.
fucking with the big with the horns and the painted faces. So it's so weird because they had video, and I think we spoke about this of him, or maybe not, of him being escorted during the insurrection, right? Being just nice escorted by the cops. Hey, look, this is where I need you to go. Opening doors for him.
Yeah, and people still deny that was a thing. They'll still sit there and go, "Oh, Fox News is such a lying."
There's
whatever.
video evidence.
Like, I'm not a big fan of Fox News at all, but when you watch that, yeah. So go on.
And just like doing like photo, basically like it was like a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Like if he was there was a part where they showed him standing there, and then the cameraman points the camera in his face to take a picture, and then he screams. That's where the famous picture of him inside the whatever, the courts or whatever, screaming with his head up high. That's where that picture came from. And I find it weird that as all this is going on, I'm gonna hit the cough button 1 second. Sorry about that. As all this is going on, he was supposed to be doing a lot more time than what he did. He was released a couple of weeks ago quietly, and nobody's talking about it, which I always felt, and I want you to hear me out, April. I want you to hear my thoughts on this. I always felt that this QAnon shaman was a plant, somebody put there to be the face of what they want us to believe. Let's say a Trump supporter or somebody who is more of a not a Republican would look like. A savage, crazy, face painted nut job. And this person is ex-military. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like,
and white
and Caucasian,
white male ex-military. No, I'm gonna. I mean, you could be right, but I'm gonna say I don't think that's the case. I think he was just like, because I think he had like all kinds of like a blog and a whole thing, and
yeah, but that could have been years and years of the dude.
I don't know. I think he was just a larger than life character who got fucked over. Wrong place, wrong time.
You think so?
Which maybe turns in the right place, right time. Maybe they'll use him for a bunch of things in the future. You never know. It might be the best thing that ever happened to him. Who knows?
Well, I'm gonna actually. I like doing this. I like showing people things. So for those watching on video,
excuse me.
I'm just gonna go to this real quickly. I'm not gonna put any. But here's the shaman right here, as you can see here, and I'm gonna stretch this out. So let's see here. So this is actually while Trump is, giving his speech and stuff. And I'm going to just fast forward it a little bit. And these are the people this is what they showed, right? This is what they showed. Now, this is the famous picture I was talking about. This is the shaman, right? See that picture right there? So there's video of him. Should be, here it is. Hold on. Right? This is what they showed, right? And he's just quietly walking through. Now they're going to show video of him now, if I'm correct, being escorted by the police.
He's got that crazy look there.
Oh, he's got no, but look. That's an official opening doors for him. Look, he's being escorted by the cops. Nobody's tackling him. Look at him walking through. That's an officer
Right.
following him. Look, they're just showing him around.
Right.
For those watching on video, at this point, this guy should have been tackled, handcuffed, and taken down. Why? Look, this is. Oh no, we can't go in. This door's locked. Let's go in another way. April, have you seen this?
Oh yeah, I've watched it twice.
So how could you? I'm just. Look at this wall of officers. No. We're here with the shaman. Let's let him through.
They're giving him a tour.
Hey guys, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're giving him a tour.
So how could you possibly refute after seeing this? I'm not saying you in general.
Mm-hmm.
They opened the door for him.
Huh.
How do you refute that this guy is in fact a plant by, let's just say, the other side?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know, April.
I think he's military, and I think those cops are military.
Look how happy he is.
I think
Look,
he's.
here's the picture I was talking about. Hold on.
He just got to tour the
Look,
Capitol building.
Look. There goes the photographer. Now he does the scream. Yeah, photo shoot. Let's do it again. Come on. I don't know, April. I'm gonna have to do something Colin never did. Disagree with you.
Colin disagreed with me every so often.
Oh, okay.
So maybe like Peter says, maybe it's two sides of the same coin. Who knows? Oh, speaking of two sides.
Oh,
Speaking of two sides.
what are we talking about here? Because I have video for that if I know what you're talking about.
Yes, we had a male in Canada.
Yes.
With a male bodybuilder who was a trainer for a women's powerlifting team, entered a powerlifting contest as a woman and won, breaking records. So the previous record holder was a transgender female who was sitting there in the front row, and he beat her record. Sorry, he beat her record by over 100 pounds.
This is he right there lifting the weight.
So now here's the thing with Avi Silverberg, and in Canada. In Canada, you don't have to, and you can play that with volume. Do you want to play it?
It's just music. It's nothing. So that I'm just playing. This is the other person.
Okay.
Right here with the red hair.
Okay.
Who is the transgender weightlifter that was going in there, and she is complaining.
She was complaining. She So so in Canada, you don't have to prove your gender. All you have to do is go in and say that you are a gender, and you will compete as that gender. It's a very liberal policy. And I don't mean liberal like liberal whatever. I mean it's just liberal like I go in and say I'm a dog and I can compete with the dogs. So
that's fun. I'll do that.
So what was happening is his females who were competing were getting annihilated. So he decided to do that to make a point, which I thought was rather interesting.
So when you say interesting, do you disagree with the fact that he should have done that?
No, I think it was a point well made, actually.
I think it was
because
I think
this has gotten out of hand, and I think people confuse honesty for transphobia, and it's not.
No.
So here's my issue. It's twofold. Pointing things out does not make you transphobic, and testosterone is science, not transphobia. One.
And asking a question doesn't make you hateful.
No, it doesn't. And two, I don't understand how a small percentage of the world or the country or whatever you want, a small percentage is now changing all the laws and rules for the other 96 or 97%. So that doesn't seem like equal rights. It seems like anything but. So, just doesn't seem like equal rights. And if we're going for equal rights here,
Listen, when are we gonna wake the fuck up with this shit?
It's gotten really, really tired and really old.
Look,
at this point.
The fact
we need to have a transgender division in all sports.
That's fine.
So
Fine, I have no problem with that. Here's the thing. You know, and when I say when are we gonna wake up to this bullshit? Look, there are women that can do amazing fucking things.
mhm.
There are women that are very strong and incredibly agile and super intelligent and everything you would want in an athlete, let's just say, right?
Mhm.
But if you don't get mad at me, but if you put an elite woman in a sport playing against an elite male in a sport, if you put the best female basketball player up against a young LeBron James,
Exactly.
ain't gonna be much of a match, man. It's just because
Exactly.
we're built different.
Yeah.
And that's just it. That's just science, dude. It's just we're built different.
It's testosterone. It's stronger,
Right.
stronger joints, stronger ligaments, more workouts, more quicker recovery. It just is what it is.
It's different. Doesn't mean,
And
and I want you.
there's
I'm-
a reason why women have been barred from taking testosterone, or they have been disqualified, because it gives them
Right.
the edge. That gives them the edge over other women.
and April,
So it's
not,
illegal.
not for nothing. And let me read this real quick because I like this. What Cool Awesome Dude 24 says: what makes me sick is double standards when it comes to transgender people. It says trans women and trans men are acknowledged as men. Look, here's the deal. It doesn't make a woman less of an amazing athlete, you know, just because they can't do exactly what men can do.
Mhm.
But there needs to be a separation. Like it literally got me sick to my stomach, man, when I was seeing there's this dude that went into mixed martial arts, and he literally cracked and broke the skull of a female competitor.
Mhm. Yeah, he almost killed her.
It scares me, man. It scares me. And then it goes on, April, to like just social, like just the social effect. Like if I had a daughter and I knew she was, you know, using a bathroom, and some dude just decides to identify as a woman, like, is that how it is in Canada? Like, can I just say, you know what, I just feel like a woman, and I can walk into the women's bathroom and just,
Yeah.
not to be crude, just jerk off while women are using the bathroom in the stall next to me?
Yes, that's exactly how it works.
Like,
So Winona says, has anyone realized yet the system worked way better when everybody just minded their own fucking business? Way before everything was PC and ridiculous and agendas were pushed. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I think we need to push back against the PC while still keeping equal rights. So, and by the way, I'm an equal opportunity bathroom user. If the women's room is busy, I will use the men's room. And now I get weird looks for it, you know, obviously, but I don't even care. I'm perfectly fine to say that I'm trans if I can use the men's bathroom and there's no line.
just, you know what, April, just be like, I'm a dude.
Yeah, exactly. And so today, matter of fact, I've said that. I've walked out and there's been like some guy looking at me. I'd be like, today I identify as a dude because there's no line.
No, just be like,
They just started laughing.
April, just be like, I'm a dude. Don't even say I identify. Just be like, I'm a dude.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So, but in, you know, like in Europe, the bathrooms a lot of times are mixed. Like you'll go into like a public restroom
Mhm.
and there's one door and there's closed stalls and there's men and, oops, sorry. I just
It's all right.
I'm sorry. I'm so got the Latin hands.
Is the dog there?
He is. He's snoring right next to me.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Are you hearing that? You can hear that?
I was hearing.
Yeah, he's on heartworm treatment. So
He's so
he's,
cute.
yeah. But
God
anyway,
bless.
yeah. So it was the first time it happened. I was like sent to France to work, and I came out of the bathroom the same time as a guy. You know, he walks right over to the sink to wash his hands. I was just like, "Am I in the right bathroom?"
He got thrown
And then
off.
a woman came in at the same time. I was like, "What the fuck with this country?" And I just realized I went outside and I look, and I'm like, "Oh, everybody uses the same bathroom here." I'm like, "Okay, there's going to be some adjustments. All right, we got this. We got this."
The first time I encountered that was about 3 years ago, or 2 years ago. I think 3 years ago, where we have this bar next to us, next to my job, called the Weir. Me and my boss, we went out to have a couple drinks after work or whatever. And I went to take a leak, and there was a girl waiting for me outside the stall.
Mhm.
I was like, "Why are there no urinals in here?" And I was like, "Oh, excuse me." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, and I was like, I thought I was in the wrong bathroom.
Mhm.
And I came like, you're right. There's a chick. There's chicks. He goes, yeah. Anybody can use the bathroom. Are you fucking serious? My boss's name is Ray too.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? And it just threw me for a loop. It's not like you don't find it uncomfortable, April, at all. Like,
No, but that's what I thought was it would be a good idea for this whole thing with the trans in the bathroom. Like, just make all the bathrooms open. Like, anybody can use them. So instead of worrying about what bathroom someone's using, just put stalls in to all the bathrooms, and just let anybody use any bathroom they want.
but then we have to lift the seat.
Whatever. So, what's funny is, like, I remember in Japan, right? Then people are going to say, oh, well, then you got to worry about kids. That is society. Like, we have a predator society. It's very parasitic, and that's us, and that's our problem. So, like, when you were in Japan, 6-year-olds use the train by themselves. Children commute by themselves. They come home.
That's 6.
They'll wear a little yellow hat. The youngest ones will wear a yellow hat.
Mm-hmm.
That signifies to adults that adults may have to help them. So adults will help children along if they need it, but they know how to commute. They know how to work the rail system. They know how to get where they're going from the age of 6. And when they come home, they know how to start the rice cooker and get the food ready. So when the parents come home, dinner is already started. Think about this. And this is how it was for us growing up too. We had a key.
We talked about the latchkey kids last week. Yeah.
So think about how advantageous it is when you have a kid that's gotten around on their own since they were 6 years old versus the coddling and the bullshit that these kids here get. Like, I remember my friend, she was sick, and she's probably listening, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use you as an example. She needed to go somewhere, and she was babysitting her grandchildren, and they were like 8 and 12, and they were older. And I was like, just leave them. They're not going to burn the house. She's like, oh, I can't leave them. I'm like, what? You're up the generation where by the time we were 10, we were already babysitting other people's kids. Just leave them. They're going to be fine.
I got left at home at 10. I was fine.
Oh, yeah.
I know how to make hot dogs. I know how to make eggs. I know how to make toast. I know how to make fucking cereal. Yeah. It was easy.
Yeah. Hot Pocket. Just pop
Hot Pocket. Yeah, we can afford Hot Pockets.
I know.
I was poor.
Yeah, anyway. So Peter was saying now they arrest people at MIT for using the bathroom. Really? Huh.
Is it true that Japan they legalized child pornography? No.
I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, they've got some pretty unique hardcore porn over there.
Did I ever tell you? Hold on.
But it depends on your. I don't know. I never heard about it.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I saw Japanese porn?
Nope, but you're gonna. I'm
goddamn right. So, I had already seen porn, and it was a bunch of us in the house, and it was like my boy Joe. Oh, anyway, Joey. He's not listening to this. He comes over the house with this tape, and he goes, "Joe, you got to see this shit." So I'd never seen Japanese porn before. Pops in the fucking tape, and this young lady, very, very pretty young lady, with this really dumpy guy, she proceeds to crack raw eggs over the gentleman's cock, and she was going to town over that. I didn't know that was a thing. She was using the eggs as lubricant. It was both disgusting and also super intriguing. There was about 5 or 6 of us teenage guys just watching this in horror. That was my first experience with Japanese porn and scene.
I have one as well.
All right, tell me.
So I was staying in Japan at the dojo, the A to Z dojo, and we found tapes. So we popped the tapes in. So on one, there was a girl, again, pretty girl, surrounded by a circle of men, all of them jerking off into her hair.
Oh, nice.
Yes, which I learned then was called bukkake.
Yes, good times.
Yes. And then there was another.
Colin knows about that.
It was a soft on demand video, which was funny because that was the company that sponsored and worked with the
Glory Hole Colin goes to.
No.
Sorry.
No, the
Olympics.
Who's Hayabusa, the Hayabusa fundraiser that we did.
The New Japan Pro Wrestling?
No. We did a 2-show fundraiser for Hayabusa, and Soft on Demand was the one that sponsored it. So this was one of their porn videos that we found, and it was various people getting to the ring, stepping through the ring, the ring that we were working in, and having like wrestling fights with blowjobs and all kinds.
Why are
of
you
stuff.
whispering this shit? We're all adults here, man.
Right? They're just we rip each other's clothes off and get blowjobs and have sex fights. So sex fights, basically.
I
Yeah.
want to see WrestleMania like that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Are you shitting me? And so you
No.
had to wrestle in that ring. You're like, why does this ring smell like seawater?
I explained why it was kind of a rubber cover.
Why does this ring smell like Clorox
Mhm.
and buttholes?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and the weird thing was, my brother wanted me to bring back a bunch of he's like, bring me back some porn. I'm like, all right. So,
Mm.
so I was in the store, and they had the magazines, and I'm flipping through the magazines. Of course, you flip over backwards, you flip through backwards, and all the genitals were like blurred out.
Mm.
So I was like, wow, you really have to use your imagination. So it's like the most hardcore, crazy shit that you can imagine, and then like the genitals were blurred out. So I was like, huh. Okay.
Did you wonder why the turnbuckles smell like cock and assholes?
It smelled like sperm trees.
Oh,
You know the smell. You go out there, you smell those trees, and they smell like sperm.
they're like hitting
Not
your
that
head.
I would know.
They're hitting your head into the turnbuckle, and your hair's getting stuck on the turnbuckle. Like, what's going on? What is that?
Oh, I can't. It's like glue.
Ugh.
It's gel.
Is that a shit stain?
I don't know. Hey, B-boy, Will one. Welcome. So we talk about everything here. It's just we're weird. So
Holy fuck on a
sex
stick.
wrestling, yeah. So that's my experience the first time with Japanese porn. It's like shiza porn too. The Japanese and Germans, they
Oh
do
my
it.
god.
They do it.
The first
So-
time I saw somebody take a shit on somebody else, I was like, why?
Right?
Like, seriously. Listen,
I know.
if you guys are into this shit, it's cool.
Literally, if you're into
Into
this
this shit.
shit.
But my God. All right. So forget about that. What's the weirdest? I know we're off topic, but now we're talking about it. What's the weirdest porn? It doesn't have to be crazy or cringy or just something so fucking silly.
Oh, I saw this falls into the German porn thing. There were chicks, they had to go out to a farm.
Oh, good for them.
So they're in a farm
Uh-huh.
and they're doing porn in the farm with the hay bales and like muddy stuff. And it's
hot.
like, it's so, no, it really
not hot.
wasn't. It was just so dirty and gross. And I'm thinking to myself, and it's just like, I remember saying to my friend, I'm like, no matter how bad it is in America, be grateful you are not doing porn in Germany. You're not a German porn star.
It's really shitty, huh?
Was ist das für einen Scheiße?
Scheiße. I saw one of the funniest porns I ever watched in my life. And
Oh wait, Peter says some of the German porn girls work in government jobs. Yeah, because it's different.
sure.
It's just different. Like people don't.
just a Tuesday.
Yeah,
them.
right.
One of the funniest porns I ever seen, and you know what, guys out and gals out there, maybe you've seen this one too, but it was a Flintstone remake. You ever seen one of those with Scooby Doo or?
I know, but I love the remakes. It's so
Oh my
creative.
god, it was so much fun. You had Barney Rubble. Barney Rubble was hung as fuck, and he's just pounding he's pounding not Betty but Wilma, and then Betty comes in. She's like, "Oh, Barney, what are you doing?" He's like, come on, Betty, join in," with the voices. It was fucking hilarious. It was a guy dressed as a dinosaur, Dino. Anyway, it was just so
It's highly entertaining. I think I saw a remake of the Pirates of the Caribbean like that. It was
well,
like
that's hot.
yeah. And I think like Jenna Jameson was in it. It was like all like really good looking girls. It was ages ago.
There's a really good Batman one out there, but it's not Batman. It's like 1960s Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I'll leave it at that. Speaking of really good.
So what else do we have? Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay. So this is something we'll switch. And while we're talking about
Porn.
yeah. So one of the things I hear all the time is, people it used to drive me nuts. People would have money for like, I don't know, season tickets to, baseball game, or they'd have money for things, but they would always complain and say, I don't have money for organic food. I can't afford that. It's too expensive.
Right.
And my argument back is, can you afford not to eat clean? So You're either going to pay up front, a little bit up front, or you're going to pay a whole lot on the back end. So it's your choice. And when you pay on the back end, it is going to be expensive.
Just like porn in Germany.
There you go. Yep. So you're not only going to pay a lot on the back end, but everybody around you who loves you is also going to pay, because there's an expression: when one person gets cancer, the entire family gets cancer. So it's very selfish to get sick with something that could be prevented, because you're taking down all the people around you too. So if you can prevent it, do that, because somebody's going to have to take care of your ass, and you're going to put them out to do it. So it is your responsibility to take care of yourself. People don't realize this. So how can people do this while working with a very, very tight budget?
I've always wanted to talk to you about this. So why don't you tell us, April? How do we eat clean?
It's challenging, but it can be done. So my friend and I went through a list, and I'm sure we're going to miss some. And you guys might have your favorite way. So put it in the chat, whatever your favorite way to eat healthy and clean is, your little hacks. And I would love to see yours as well. But all right. So one of the things you can do, don't go to fast food. And the amount of time you could go to fast food, which is bullshit, you can make a stir fry. And a stir fry is going to be amazing for you. You're getting your vegetables, your rice, your meat, and you can chop that up and cook it and throw that right in your thing, and it's easy. So you want to know what is eating healthy? You're asking what's eating healthy? Okay, so the artist return says, what is eating healthy? What do you think eating healthy is? Let's say, okay, so number one, avoiding sugar. So, or minimalizing sugar, minimalizing bad carbs, because carbs will turn into sugar.
Ice cream's okay, right?
Anything is okay on a 20% basis. As long if you're eating clean on an 80% basis, you can do whatever on a 20% basis. But I would avoid fast food if you're going to go that route.
Right.
Opt more for like a slice of pizza.
All right, so I can eat 20% of the pizza. Got it.
There you go. So, yeah, everybody loves sugar. There's a reason for it. So
it's addictive. It's a drug. Sugar is a drug, guys. You know that, right?
it is. And sugar is the main reason, like type 2 diabetes is a completely man-made disease.
Yeah.
So it's you can't blame steak for what sugar did. That's where our obesity comes from. And it comes from corn syrup, which is sugar, except corn syrup drives everything up and drops it down quicker than sugar. And you can only do that so many times with corn syrup being in everything processed. You can only do it so many times before your own insulin just goes, fuck.
I have a friend that eats like a caveman. That's all he eats. He's in great shape. He's older than me, but he looks younger.
Yeah.
And he eats like a caveman. So what he does is he only eats stuff. I think it's called a paleo or something like that. But
paleo.
But he's like pretty, like he'll eat meat.
Yeah.
He'll eat chicken. He won't eat bread.
No.
Unless it's like the Jewish bread. What is it called? The matzah bread.
Yeah.
Like the bread that's just
spelt. Yeah.
Right. He'll eat so his sweets are all fruit and nuts.
Yeah.
That's his candy.
paleo.
Raisins, fruits, nuts, plums, not plums, prunes, that type of shit. He doesn't he juices, he doesn't buy juice.
Yes.
So literally, like, he's having sugar, he's having carbs, he's eating protein, but everything is all that's clean, right? Isn't that clean eating?
I'm laughing because Colin wrote booger sugar.
Oh, Colin, stop it with the booger sugar. What are you doing there?
Does this cocaine smell okay to you?
It smells fantastic. Why don't you get closer to the camera? Damn it.
Yes, but that's okay. So people of if you know your blood type, that's good. So people who are type A can get away with eating more carbs and less meat.
Is that a fact?
So, yeah. So A is agrarian.
I didn't know that.
Type O is old. So type O should be paleo eaters. So B and AB are a combination of so type O has a lot of stomach acid, So this acid needs to break down the fat in the meat, whereas type A has almost no stomach acid. So people with type O blood tend to have a lot of heartburn if they're not eating enough meat or enough fat. So you're supposed to get your energy from your fat rather than carbs.
Right.
So they're carb sensitive. Type A, which is completely opposite than O, are agregarian. This is when the animals ran more scarce. They
Right.
moved, people migrated, tribes migrated inland. They started eating wheat and growing vegetables and things like that. So they do well as like avolacto, pescatarians, vegetarians, vegans. So not everybody should be a vegetarian. Not everybody should be a vegan. I completely disagree when I see all these people saying you should be a vegan. You should be vegan. No, you fucking shouldn't.
You don't have to be, though.
Some people should be a vegetarian.
Yeah.
For others, it will kill them. So it will literally kill you. So, and a lot of vegetarians and vegans don't understand the destruction they're doing to the earth to grow all the vegetables and uproot all the ecological and biological life living there to grow all their happy shit.
And also, listen, I know some people really like eating vegan food. They'll take a fucking vegan burger and they'll be like, "Oh, it's just like eating meat." It's fucking not. I'm sorry, April. Don't stop it.
I like vegan food. I'll eat it.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm just saying if there's a giant, delicious,
it's processed though.
Cow burger.
Yeah, I mean, like
there.
vegan food is very processed. If it's like all that fake meat and stuff is highly processed.
Ugh, anyway, I just can't. Ugh. So, how do you suggest going shopping for this type of clean food?
Okay, so one of the things we talked about before is if you can get to a farm or a homestead, that is your best bet. That's going to be your cheapest option to get eggs, and they're going to be very healthy for you. Sometimes you can go out with friends and do it that way. Pick up a bunch. You don't actually even have to refrigerate real eggs. And if you do refrigerate them, they're going to last forever. So if you can't do that, obviously farmers markets help. If you go in with, another person or even two people to Costco, and instead of going there and spending X amount of money for all your stuff, go and split it. My friend and I split it. So
that's wicked smart, actually.
Yeah, just split it so you don't have these giant things, Here's another easy, quick meal. Take a sweet potato, put it in the microwave, cook your sweet potato, fluff it up with a little butter, and throw some chili on it. Throw a little cheese on top of that. Throw some chopped onion on that. So now you've got a chili stuffed sweet potato, and that is a healthy meal, and it's a quick one. Apples are about as good as it gets for a snack. They do everything. They fill you up. They hydrate you. They give you energy. They are cheap. So obviously get the version that is closest to in season at the particular time, but they are good and they're low glycemic. So they don't spike your sugars.
How do you feel about cheese? I love cheese.
I feel like in moderation, it's okay.
Does that ball into ice cream, like cheese and ice cream? I know it's two different things, but can I have more cheese and ice cream? April, help me out here.
So why would chili and sweet potatoes set off type 2? No.
Chili and sweet potatoes
would set off type 2.
Why?
How are you making that?
Yeah, so, if you just put a sweet potato in the old microwave, no, I think you're good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna recommend that when you get anything dairy, go with as close to full fat as possible, because when you get the full fat versions of things, they're less processed. And
yeah, like those light cheeses and shit, that's all garbage.
Yeah. Same with don't get margarine. It's one molecule away from being plastic. Get butter.
Just butter. Yeah.
So don't get low fat, whatever. Get the full fat. Not only will you feel more satisfied, it's less processed. And if you have an issue with lactate, the fat will slow down the sugar absorption and make you more tolerant.
And really? See, I had this argument. Time out. I had this argument with my wife because she likes getting she says, oh, I can't, she's lactose intolerant, but she can have a little bit of milk like with her coffee and stuff like that. And she gets this fat-free half and half.
No.
And I'm like, honey, I'm like, just
get heavy whipping cream.
See that? Can I call her in here? She ain't gonna come though. She's in the car back there.
And you'll use less of it too. So heavy whipping cream for your coffee is amazing.
I'm crazy, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, certain fruits and vegetables are very, very high in sugar. So if you're type 2, you have to watch out, like carrots. carrots are through the roof in sugar. So you have to really kind of know what you're dealing with. So instead of getting chicken breasts, get chicken thighs or chicken legs. Get the dark meat of the chicken.
Love chicken thighs.
Yeah, it's better for you.
Is it really?
Yeah, and it also stays. It doesn't dry out. So
why is that? Yo, dude, you just made my life because I love chicken thighs.
So get oatmeal. Oatmeal is very inexpensive. So here's the thing: get oatmeal, eggs, dark meat chicken, cube steak. You can do, carne asada. You can make your tacos with these things. These are inexpensive. You can make a rice bowl. Get rice. Rice is very inexpensive. And beans. Rice, beans, cube steak, some onions, some cheese, a little bit of whatever you want on top of there. That's a very inexpensive, very quick meal that you can actually make all throughout the week or for lunch, and it's healthy. So these are things that you can get away with that you're not going to, you can do that with your dark meat chicken too. Use more spices for flavor. So if you're trying to avoid sugar in your barbecue sauce, use barbecue shake. There's different kinds of spices with the barbecue.
Dry rub is good.
That's what I'm talking about. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Try and use get frozen veggies, so they will last longer. You can also use them for your sautés and your stir fries.
And don't get pre-seasoned frozen veggies, I would say, because it's tons of salt in that thing.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Be aware that skincare also carries a lot of chemicals in it too, and that's our biggest organ right here. So if you're avoiding the chemicals and the stuff going into your body, you might need to pay attention to what's going on your body as well.
Right.
So you can get away with moisturizing with olive oil on your face. If your skin's really dry, olive oil.
Yeah, but then you'll smell delicious.
You will smell delicious.
We don't want people biting you while you walk down the street.
There you go. Aldi. Aldi is, if you haven't been there, Aldi is a discount grocery store. You bring your own bags, costs you $0.25 for a cart, and you can get a lot for about $85. So
these people. The chat is hilarious.
So try cook and freeze, freeze things, these are things that you can do to save money, save time, cook ahead, make a lot of rice, make a lot of chicken, make a lot of steak, and throw some salsa on that. So you got to remember that when you're hungry, it's time to eat. You don't want to go down the street to Burger King or whatever. Right. And basically every bite that you take is either going to nourish you or poison you.
Mm-hmm.
Every decision we make leads us to another place in life.
It's like relationships.
So are you nourishing yourself or are you poisoning yourself? So
got it.
Yeah. So you got to pay attention. Like I said before, the food is there to poison you. The farm is there to profit, and the government is there to make sure it's all legal.
Mm-hmm. April, we got a few minutes left. I got 2 quick stories.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this video real quick here.
Okay.
And this isn't necessarily a wrestling thing, but this is pretty big. So Here we go.
As we previously reported, it is now official. Endeavor announcing WWE and UFC will combine to form a $21 billion global live sports and entertainment company. Ari Emanuel will be the new company's CEO, while Vince McMahon will be the executive chairman. Under the terms of the deal, existing WWE shareholders will roll all existing equity into the new company. That newly public company will be 51% owned by Endeavor and listed on the NYSE. Scott Wapner has an exclusive interview coming up with Ari Emanuel and Vince McMahon. That's coming up at 9:15 a.m. Eastern time.
So that interview.
Mm-hmm.
Domino's, we are obsessed.
Actually, no Domino's. I just wanted to play you a quick little portion of that. Look, as we're talking about eating healthy.
I know. It's dinner time. They know it. They're targeting us.
You sons of a bitch. All right, but here it goes right now. This is the part of the interview I wanted to play for you guys.
Annual and WWE founder Vince McMahon.
Look at Vince McMahon. Hold on.
I appreciate that. But the synergies that Ari brings, totally different than everyone else.
That said, many doubted we would ever see this day, that you would ever be willing to sell a controlling stake in your company. You are the WWE, and the WWE is you. So why?
It's the right time. It's the right time to do the right thing. And it's the next evolution of WWE. I could probably do what Ari is right now with UFC. It'd take me 10 years. You know, by the time I would grab those 10 years, he'd be 10 years ahead again. So it's like, it makes all the sense in the world for all these synergies that we have, you know, to extract all of the value we can out of the marketplace.
All right. So I'm not going to play the whole thing.
Why do guys do mustaches? Okay, just don't. It is a bad look.
That is
Even hot guys that do mustaches, it's still a bad look.
just
They still look-
mustaches?
Yes, yeah. Do the whole facial hair. Just
Okay.
do the whole thing.
All
Just
right, guys.
This thing is fucking ew.
April,
You know how a woman looks like with a mustache? That's what you guys look like.
April, you come from a background of you have a pro wrestling background. And I got to put this over really quickly, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Boobies. A lot
Thank
of
you,
boobies.
birthday boy.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
So this is why I wanted to talk to you really quickly about this. Vince McMahon, see how Donald Trump got arrested for what?
Yes.
You know, we're gonna jump into that really quickly, and we're not gonna spend much time on that. But as we close, but how the fuck does he get away with this shit? Vince McMahon literally got thrown out of his company for paying people off.
Mm-hmm.
He's on record has basically destroyed lives, destroyed careers. The steroid scandal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just everything. And this fucking guy, whether you like it or not, always wins. This is a huge win
Mm-hmm.
for the McMahon family. $9.6 billion.
And as Peter pointed out, Trump was not arrested. He was arraigned without arrest.
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Facts matter.
But Bigwig says he's not a politician, but I beg to differ. He's still a public figure.
Oh, 100% he's a politician. And his wife is a politician too.
Yes. How does he get away with this? How is this fair?
Life's not fair, right?
Trump is rich too.
Yeah. But Trump is okay. So Trump is beyond Trump now. Trump is not a person anymore. Trump is now an avatar for all the people out there who feel that he represents them. He stands for more than just the dude that used to be 45, the president. So he stands for people who are frustrated and fed up. And this is I never voted for Trump, so let me preamble with that. But he stands for people who are not in agreement with what's going on in the world, who are into making their own choices, who are pro freedom and libertarian. Some are hardcore right people and a little crazy, but hey. So he has become kind of an avatar of himself through no fault of his own. People put him there. So the rabid love for Trump is annoying, and the rabid hate for Trump is annoying because people are not rational with it.
But okay, but back to Vince. Everybody hates Vince.
Yeah.
How does he just keeps fucking winning? Like I mean, you have a lot of friends that have worked for this guy.
I don't think they
too.
hate Vince the way they hate Trump. That's just a whole different level.
You really think so?
Oh yeah. Because the people who hate Trump, the people who hate Vince, are the people who are in the business. Like your regular, average, normal person looks at Vince and they're like, "Oh, this is someone who can be in here with, this is somebody I can maybe get some money from." Whereas the people who hate Trump, they really hate Trump. Chris, if you're going to leave, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry that you got riled up over the information earlier. So, but I hope you cheer up.
Yeah.
So, like I said, information is power.
Information is power. Why don't we talk about this? Because you said they're saying Trump is not arrested, but from my understanding, he was arrested. That is an arrest. They brought him in. They sat him down in front of a judge. He didn't have the mugshot taken, but this is a big deal.
Okay.
This is everything you need to know about the unprecedented arrest now this is more on the conservative side report here. Flimsy legal arguments made by Soros-funded Manhattan DA, and that'd be Alvin piece of shit Bragg, in my humble opinion. So it says here can you see the notes on your screen pretty clear or no?
Yeah, I was looking here to see fingerprints, but no mugshot. What we know about Trump's arrest.
Right. So it says here protesters. Blah, blah, blah. It says Trump arrived at Manhattan criminal courts around 1:30 p.m. I was watching this live, by the way. It says he was placed under arrest, wasn't handcuffed or photographed for a mugshot.
Okay.
Trump was arraigned, heard the charges against him. He pled not guilty. As we continue to move on here, and they said it was surreal to the former president Donald Trump. And he was quoted as saying, wow, they aren't even going to arrest me. I can't believe this is happening in America. Make America great again. That's my Donald Trump. And they're placing some type of gag order, which is different and weird. Gag order. Speculated that the judge could impose a gag order. I want to talk to you about that real quick. The gag order over on Donald Trump, preventing him from speaking out about the case to the public, but that did not happen. They were talking about the gag order.
That worked out well for Stormy, who I understand does she have to pay like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for breaking her NDA? So
it's so funny. We're gonna jump back and forth for this, but I'm gonna show you this real quickly because it's actually this is why we have.
The artist says this is a white collar deal. Even Madoff was in handcuffs.
Listen, this is why you and I have that synergy, and this is why you got your Twitter account back. I'm just letting you know that I had this already set up. As Stormy says here, adult film actress Stormy Daniels arrives for the opening of Adult Entertainment Fair, whatever in Berlin. Anyway, it says that Stormy Daniels,
porn.
She must pay nearly $122,000 of Donald Trump's legal fees, and that were racked up in connection with the porn actor's failed defamation lawsuit. So even though they're using her as a pawn in this whole porn thing with Donald Trump, guess what? She was just that, a pawn. She's stuck. She's got to pay.
That's why it doesn't even seem worth it for her, or somebody else paying that bill, or they gave her the money. And she thinks she's going to get famous off of it. She's going to they're going to do a remake on a porn like the Flintstones, and she's going to play, Marla.
Now I'm gonna agree with a cool, awesome dude. Remember last week I told you that I would do all the research I could possibly do on Stormy Daniels. Yeah. And I have to be honest with you, April. She's a very talented actress.
Okay.
She's very good at what she's a fucking legend at what she does.
Okay.
So
I'll take your
trust me,
your word for it.
So they tried to put the gag order on Donald Trump. Alvin Bragg comes out and he says that so now it comes up as 34. Where the fuck did they pull out 34 felony counts on our former president? How did that just come out of the blue? Remember, it says here, remember that the 34 counts of falsifying business records are the payments Trump made to his lawyer that should have been marked as campaign expenses instead of business expenses. So what they're doing is they're basically taking one count and they're breaking it into little crimes. Okay. And all these crimes add up. I'm simplifying it to people that may not get it. They're taking these little counts, making it one big deal, balling everything together. And if he is convicted, he's supposed to go to jail for a few years. I mean,
and if he's not convicted, they're going to look like a bunch of prats.
This is the problem. And I'm going to go on record in saying this right now. And I don't think we really have to read any of this.
And do you think this is just a way to get him out of the way so they can have DeSantis run?
This is what they think. But the people on the left or the liberals that are trying to, I'm talking about the crazy liberals, not, you have good people that are liberals. There are good Democrats out there. Just because you're a Democrat doesn't make you a bad person. There are good people out there, and then there are bad people. And these bad people are just, they made this a personal thing.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel, from everything I know, and I'm not a fucking lawyer, I'm not a judge, but from everything I kind of get, they really don't have a case against him. And all this does is
tie everything up, create a circus, spend money.
But it gives them superpowers. You know how much money? Apparently, he's raised millions of dollars in record time since this alleged arrest.
And they don't understand this kind of stuff. The fact that they keep attacking him is what is making him the avatar that he is now. People see that it's a witch hunt, and they're creating more and more and more fans of Donald Trump who weren't maybe previously like fans before. Now you got sympathizers like, oh my God, they're going after this guy so hard. Like we all remember like Clinton paying off Paula Jones.
Right.
What happened?
Nobody
all
remembers
this stuff.
that.
Oh, I remember it.
I know.
Remember the blowjob? Clinton was impeached. Like all the documents they found from the Obama era that were classified documents in Biden's house. Like nobody talks about, of course, the laptop, but nobody talks about any of that stuff. Now they're going after so hard on this other guy, and it's very, very, very selective enforcement with two sets of rules. Mm-hmm. What we do is not for thee. So, and people they'll go to his side.
Where they failed is that they made it personal.
Yeah.
This guy Alvin Bragg is trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
This guy, for you people that don't know, I want you to do your own research. Don't take our word or my word for it. But Alvin Bragg is a failed district attorney here in the state of New York, where I
did not have sexual relations with that woman.
He sure did. He sure did.
And he destroyed her life in the process.
Bro. And this Alvin Bragg guy, all he does, and it's not just me saying this, releasing bail reform. Criminals not having to pay bail. They just have to show up to the next court case. Letting out people with multiple felony accounts back onto the streets of New York. Mm-hmm. He's failed New York. He's gonna fail in this. And whether you like Donald Trump, whether you don't like Donald Trump, whether you support this whole fucking circus, it's gonna end up backfiring, and it's bad news.
Yeah, like Cool Awesome Dude says, now these guys are even more diehard fanatics who worship him and say his catchphrases like witch hunt and fake news. And that's true. It will create that. And I have to agree with what you said, and I will agree that I do think it is an actual witch hunt, because it seems that way. They're just going after him. So that's not necessarily an incorrect term, but you're not wrong.
The artist says Alvin Bragg got more integrity than you give him credit for. You ever been a DA? You understand the concept of, let me tell you something, bro.
Wait, they understand depopulizing the school to prison pipeline. He doesn't make those decisions. Politicians do.
First and foremost, I live in New York State. I live in New York City. His brother was our crooked union president for the last 10 years. I know Alvin Bragg very well. And I know how it's affected my city. I know how his decisions has affected this state. And to say that Alvin Bragg pretty much is saying that he doesn't make the decisions, I call bullshit on that. Because maybe he doesn't technically make the decisions, but he sure as hell works very close and is very cool with the people who do make the decisions. And I'm sure his stupid opinions and his stupid ideologies rub off very well on the people that were voted into New York State by really crazy liberal people that just they don't vote for the best person for the job. They vote for a party. That's a fact. So I see it every day. I've seen the damage he's done, along with Governor Hochul, along with this idiot mayor that we have here in New York City, Adams, the worst mayor we've ever had in this state, in this city. And Governor Hochul is the worst governor. And you're asking me, how does that speak to his integrity? Because he's trying to make a name for himself on a case that's gonna fail. This is a personal. Alvin Bragg is gonna probably go to jail. You know that, right?
Yeah. Peter
Did you
says
know that?
Cuomo was worse.
Oh, do you know this? Do you know all the information that he withheld? The shit that all of a sudden this is popping up out of nowhere. This is all gonna come and bite him in the ass. But you know what? I guess we'll wait and we'll see.
I always say time will tell.
Time will
Because
tell. And time.
Remember
will
how many
tell.
times I've said time reveals all? Whenever time will
yeah.
tell. Look how much time has revealed with all this crazy stuff now.
Look at COVID. Look at all this bullshit with COVID. Look at all this shit with like April was saying with Cuomo. He was the fucking savior. He was a good guy. He had
No,
good
Peter said
integrity.
that.
He had amazing integrity. People looked up to him, right?
Yeah, Fauci too.
He killed your
Oh,
grand-
Fauci.
Listen, guys, listen to me. I want to say this.
Who killed more people, Hitler or Fauci?
He killed your grandparents,
Mhm.
and they died alone.
Yeah.
April, can you let us off with something positive while I play the music or something to make us smile?
I can. So if you are in Tampa Bay, I want you to come see me
Oh,
and my girls. Come see me and my girls.
please.
I will be at Tampa Bay Screams Friday and Saturday night. I think it's the 14th and 15th in somewhere downtown Tampa. And like I said, we have reinstated aprilhunter.net because of censorships and dealing with all of that. At least I have full control of my own site. So please visit me on aprilhunter.net. And you can see all our shows and go way back and see our prediction record and kind of compare. Go back and check us out on patreon.com, the A Show, and just for fun, see how we did there. So thank you for being here. We'll be here live again on Wednesday next week at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And
Until further notice.
Yeah, until further notice. We might be switching to evenings again.
Yeah.
But thank you for being here, and we love you and appreciate you. And you can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Twitter, and we appreciate you.
Listen, I want to put this out there, guys. I love you all, and this is all. I love you too, Artist. Artist knows I love you. New York is toxic because of the people that run New York. But let me just tell you something real quick. This is what we're here for. We're here for open conversation. I love the fact that, Artist, you came at me with that. This is the way it should be. We should be able to talk to each other, and at the end of it all, love each other.
Yeah, and you know what? That's one thing that I really appreciate you guys for. As you know, we're not any political party, so we're not left, we're not right, we're somewhere sane in the middle, and we appreciate how many of you are right there with us and can have these discussions, because it seems like it's more and more difficult to have discussions about things.
Talk. Yeah.
So thank you for allowing us to do that. Thank you for being part of it and reaffirming that there are, good, sane, awesome people out there, and we can do this. So we love you for it.
Hey,
thank you.
Hey, listen, don't forget to follow April at April Hunter. If you already follow her at Real April Hunter, please follow her there. Follow me at Big Ray Hernandez on all social media. And April, is it true that you're going to be live streaming from the shower in the next 10 minutes?
Yeah, actually, thank you for catching that. I'm going to do that.
Thank you. So follow her on Twitter if you want to see that, I guess, allegedly.
Yes.
See you guys next week. Love you all.
Mwah.
We out.
Woo!
Boobies. Boobies.
Later, guys.